when you're in Starbucks and the lighting is thick. Starbucks lighting is doing bits. Good morning everyone, it is the I think it's the 21st of June. It's Monday, it's leg day, it's hack squat day, and we are going to smash some PBs today, hopefully. I'm training with my friend Niall, who has trained with me for about 2 years now. He is amazing. He's one of mine and Cayman's closest friends, probably one of our he is probably the closest friend of ours, and he pushes me and he knows exactly what I need to do, and if I'm having a bad day he always makes sure that I am like on point. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to training with Niall. He works shift work, so it's not very often anymore that I manage to get sessions in with him. I think he's off this week, so hopefully most of my week will be with Niall this week, so I'm buzzing about that. That is pretty much, I prepped all of my meals today already. I'm not even at work, but I just thought just get them done. I'm not finding anything hard at the minute. I had the shakes and was sweating and stuff yesterday, but other than that I've been okay. So yeah, I will record this session because I feel like it's been a long time since I've recorded legs, so I will catch you at the gym. morning everyone. This is probably not the best place to be starting this vlog, but we're gonna do it anyway because I'm in a bit of a rush. So I'm just gonna drive and then we've got this. So I just thought that I would come on and let you all know that prep has started. So food has been dropped on a tray. So for the last few weeks since I come off stage, I've only had one diet plan, and that was the same on a training and rest day, apart from I didn't have an intra workout obviously on a rest day, and I didn't have post workout on a rest day. But yeah, prep started and I have now a training day and a rest day plan, and on the rest day I've had a food drop, and to be honest I think we're going to notice it quite soon, because I've gone from having quite a few carbs in every meal to now going to rest day and having like a bit of a, well, it's a low carb day and some meals have no carbs in it all. Today I get to have one meal to replace another meal, so this is going to be like one of my last probably exciting meals for a while, because obviously we're dropping the hammer and this time it is pretty obvious we need to get a lot leaner than I was last time. Now I spoke to my coach last night, we were messaging, and he said that, you know, the package I brought last time was perfect and it described the criteria that they were after, but they have changed the criteria. So basically not changed the criteria, sorry, but they are looking for a leaner package. Everyone they've been rewarding with the overalls and stuff like that, they have been very lean. So that is what we're going for. If that's what they're looking for, that's what we're going for, which means I've got to get a lot leaner, and I'm so excited, honestly, I really am. And I'm glad it started now, because something hit me yesterday that, you know, it's time to get it. 15 weeks out, I started prep last prep at 15 weeks out, so we have the same amount of time to get lean as I did last time. Yeah, I'm a hell of a lot leaner this time than I was last time, which means that the package that I should be bringing is going to be a lot different. So I'm so excited, I really am, and I know this is going to probably be a lot harder because I have got to get leaner, but I'm down for it, I'm ready for it, I signed up for it, the money's down on the show, everything is ready, so it's time to work. So yeah, I'm just about to go to the gym to train, and this is the first session where it's like, it's go time. So let's set some numbers. He also put in check-in that my training split is going to change in 3 weeks, which will take me to 12 weeks out. The training split is going to change. So he said that my glutes and my hams are going to be separate. So I'm not sure what this means. I'm not sure what's going to come with training. But again, I'm excited. So I've got 3 weeks left of this current split that I'm doing, which probably works out right, because that would have took me to about 9 weeks of doing it. And it's normally about a time to start a deload. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So yeah, I'm going to go to the gym, and then when I'm back, I'm going to speak to you a little bit more, because I want to speak about post-show, and I also want to show you all what I have for my off-plan meal tonight, which, like I said, this is probably going to be my last one for a while. So I'll catch you all in a bit, and I'm just about to go and smash a session, and yeah, I'm excited. Let's get it. welcome back. It is now Sunday, I don't even know what date it is, to be fair. Oh, it's the 27th of June. It is 2:20 in the afternoon. I've just eaten. It's a rest day today, so I'm on low carbs today. 2 of my meals have carbs and they are 100 grams of cooked rice each, so it's not much at all. But I've come on because I said at the beginning of this that I wanted to speak about post-show, and it is something that I really wanted to talk about because I think it's so easy to get caught up with like show that no one kind of prepares you for post-show. And what I faced when it comes to post-show was a lot harder than I ever thought it would be. So you do all this like prepping for months and months, and you have the show, and it's a massive, like, you go from being like up and down in prep, and at the end of prep you're mainly down, and then show week comes, peak week comes, and things start getting quite exciting because you're like, oh my god, you know, we're about to compete, all this hard work's about to just go onto stage and people are going to see what we've worked hard for. And then you're on stage for a maximum like 2 minutes at a time, and then you come off stage, and for the first day or so you're on this massive cloud 9 high, and then it kind of bang, it hits you like, okay, now what? So I found that I had this massive crash, and I felt a bit like my purpose had gone. Like, I'd worked so hard, and obviously we did have plans to do the show 4 weeks later, and then we just thought, what's the point? Like, we've qualified for the show. I could diet for another 4 weeks, and yeah, I could look insane and look even better, or we could start reversing out of prep and go into more of a like growth, a little bit of growth before having to prep again for what we wanted to be the best show for me would have been the Arnolds. So like I say, them first few days was a bit like, yeah, we won, this is amazing, feeling great, to having your calories slowly go up, having your cardio kind of knocked down, and not having like this massive thing to prep for anymore. Yes, I have the Arnolds to prep for, but the Arnolds is now, from talking today, the Arnolds is 14 weeks out. But at the time, the Arnolds was like, I think it was like 21 weeks out. And I did a 15-week prep for the first one. So 21 weeks is a lot longer than, you know, the prep that I originally prepped for. So it was a bit like, okay. And everything was just a bit like, now what? Like, the focus in the gym, don't get me wrong, like all the food made me love training again. My strength comes straight back up, and everything like that was insane. PBs were coming like left, right and centre. They still are. But yeah, like other than training, everything just felt a bit like, I just felt really lost. I was so down, like, what's my purpose now? Like, what am I doing? And it took a few weeks for me to get into my head that, you know, the Arnolds is going to be a huge show. There's going to be a huge lineup of girls. This is your first time competing. This is the time to try and make a difference in your physique, which we've done. Like, I can tell a massive difference. Like, when you see my side-by-sides from 14 weeks ago to 14 weeks out now, there's a massive difference. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and just say, if you are a first-time competitor, just be mindful that post-show can be hard. You also have a lot of food focus in your head because you suddenly come out of a prep where you were on this really, really strict diet, and then suddenly it's like, okay, you're gonna have off-plan meals again. And my off-plan meals for like the last 10 weeks of prep were told what I had to have. So in my off-plan meals, I did a YouTube on one of them. It was always like a burger in chips, or more cream of rice on that day, more rice in my other meals that day. But it went back to having off-plan meals, and it was like, oh, I get to have what I want again. But at the same time with that, you also have in your mind, like, I'm not prepping for a show, I have 21 weeks to go. And you open the cupboard doors and you see chocolate. And you think, I've gone like 16 weeks of not just going in the cupboard and eating chocolate to opening the kitchen cupboard and thinking, I'm going to have that chocolate because it won't be long till I'm in prep again and I'm going to regret it if I don't. And then you eat the chocolate and you suddenly have this massive like sense of guilt, like, oh shit, I've just cheated on my plan. Like, because we still have a plan. And it was a complete head mess. Like, I don't want to swear. I've said that before. I don't like swearing on these. I've got kids, and if they watch, I don't want to swear. But yeah, it was brutal. And then I lost my period on the 17th of March in prep, and I got my period back, and my hormones were sky high. My cravings were sky high, and I binged like mad. Like, for like a couple of days, I couldn't stop eating. And what I was doing was I was eating my meal plan, and then I would wait for Cayman to go to sleep or the kids to go to sleep. And then I'd go downstairs and just absolutely scoff my face with everything that I could find. And it was like chocolate, cereals, Biscoff out the thing, eating golden syrup out of the tin of golden syrup. And the second day of doing it, I ended up putting like a full tin of golden syrup in the bin. I put the Biscoff in the bin. Anything that I'd just seen that I knew that I was going to eat, I put it in the bin. And I messaged Hilly on check-in, and I was like, I fucked up. Like, oh, I just swore. I messed up. And I feel awful, and like, I'm really struggling. And he basically told me not to worry. He was like, look, you've got your period back, and that's amazing. And what comes with that is a lot of hormones, and it's not controllable. Like, you will crave food when you are on your period. And I don't know, he just made me feel a lot better, and I felt better for speaking about it. But let's be honest, like, in prep, you don't do that and you lose your period anyway. But yeah, post-show, knowing that you can have something because you're not on plan anymore, it's quite hard. It's quite hard as well because friends want to see you again, or you're going out to town and you're going to cafes, and instead of having a black coffee, everyone's like, oh, you don't have to have a black coffee anymore, why don't you have like a nice caramel frappe? And then you feel like, yeah, let's, because in a few weeks again, I'm not going to be able to have that. And then in your head, at the back of your head, you're like, oh my God, like, I am being such a fat cow. Stop. And you can't. And then because you've had it that day, you think, I've fucked up today anyway, so I might as well eat more. And then, I don't know, I just stopped. It was time to stop. I was like, I need to stop this mindset of eating everything I can in sight and just get back on it. And I have. And luckily as well, Hilly has put me back on prep now, because we started prep at 15 weeks out of my other show, and we've started prep 15 weeks out of this show. And I knew in my head that as soon as he said to me, right, we're starting prep, I would start prep and there'll be no more of it. And there's been no more of it. Apart from when he says have an off-plan meal, and yeah, I go out, I have an off-plan meal, I'm enjoying it. I'm in such a better position. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, post-show is hard, and I think it's so important to have a coach, and it's so important to have a coach that you can speak to and not feel ashamed, and a coach that isn't going to judge you and they're going to help you, and to reverse out of prep properly, because reversing out of it with no plan, it could be, honestly, I say this now, it could be dangerous to the way you like feel, look, everything. Like, you've got to remember that our bodies have been starved for so long, to then suddenly try and eat all this food. Our bodies are like, what the hell is going on? So yeah, I just wanted to end this video with like a bit of like honesty that post-show is hard. It is harder in some senses than what prep was, because the emotional blackmail that you have with yourself isn't healthy. And I can now, coming out of a show, understand when a lot of people say people get eating disorders after competing, because the binging is real, and you want to treat yourself, you want to eat all the food you can because you've been restricted for that long. But now I'm back in the mindset, I'm back in prep. But in October, this is going to be something that, you know, I'm going to document as well, because after October, I have no other shows in mind. For me, I want a whole year off. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, right, I've got a whole year off. We need to do this properly. We don't want to come out of a prep balloon with water and just like mess it up. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a bit short. My next video, I am going to speak to you about some exciting news, because over on my Instagram, which you would have seen anyway, I've been sponsored by Explosive Ape. So I want to speak to you guys about that. But I also want to do a video on how much competing is. So if you are thinking of, you know, competing, you can see exactly how much it is, and like, yeah, it's a lot of money, but I want to like kind of list everything. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and you know, just make comments if you want to see anything or whatever. But yeah, thank you, and I'll chat to you guys later.